Jeff?
Yes, Saint.
Could it possibly be a Friday?
I think it is.
Now, why would we care if it was Friday or not?
Because on Friday, I think we do this thing where we look at a whiskey and talk about it and review it. It's called...
Second Pour!
And that's right. And today we're going to review Makers Mark Cask Strength. It's 109.4 proof.
So join us for a little bit of Second Pour.
Right after this. Welcome to Second Pour. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Zane. And today we're talking about Makers Mark Cask Strength.
Makers Mark Cask Strength. Now, if I remember right, Thanksgiving is just yesterday. How do you feel about Thanksgiving dinner, Zane?
Today we're going to talk about Maker's Mark.
And Maker's Mark Cask Strength.
And suppositories that'll go up Jeff's anus.
Are you still sore about like
Oh, you're going to be sore all right.
That was a really funny episode, but I was really counting on you spewing on camera.
Well, I had it under control.
It sounds like it right now.
It still grosses me out. Shut up.
All refried bean and all.
Stop it.
All right, so we're gonna have Maker's Mark Cask Strength. It is a 55.2 ABV, 110.4.
And the mash bill is
109.4. It is 70% corn, 16% wheat, 14% malted barley. It's distilled by Makers Mark Distillery in Kentucky, and it runs around $37 to $42. So just try to smell this whiskey.
What are you getting out of it?
Oak. That's what I get out of Makers Mark. 99.9% of the time, it's just a lot of oak on the
I
nose.
get smell of vanilla and praline.
I would say Makers Mark feels like standard bourbon to me.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but at the same time, this is a little bit different.
But now people love Makers Mark, right?
That's what I hear.
I mean, this is borderline
basic bitch whiskey.
Bitch whiskey, right?
Ain't no borderline here, baby.
So, I mean, let's see what they say the nose is supposed to be. I don't expect it to be very complicated. Big oak, vanilla, and a smoky charcoal. Does it remind you of Ardbeg?
No.
No? I mean, I can see maybe a little bit of that charcoal. It's in there.
I mean, briquette.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they mean.
But, you know, briquette with lighter fluid.
Before it burns off and becomes useful to cook over.
I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's what I'm smelling. Okay, let's taste it.
All right, let's taste it. Let's go in on this. Whew. A lot of heat up front, right? Lordy.
So what are they telling us that
the palate says?
The palate says, yeah.
What are you getting out of it? Okay, so there's a lot of caramel and oak in the palate. There? A little bit.
I think it's only fair, before you read it off, we have to taste it one more time.
Okay, let's
Because typically, that helps.
So just a load of vanilla.
Yeah.
A load of oak, and then a lot of heat.
There's a lot of heat. I am catching something that's a little bit more full flavored, and I'm not really able to put my finger on what that is.
Yeah, there is something a little substantially different.
Like when you're having a chocolate flavor hit you, but it's not really chocolate.
Oh, I got imitation chocolate.
Well, you know how chocolate, Milo, all those things can kind of...
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Kind of change up.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something there that's just like a underlining. It's actually a smoothness underneath the heat. The heat was unexpected as how much it hits you.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at how much this is really a hard-hitting, spicy. Now, maybe that's what makes it so attractive. So a lot of people love this cask strength.
I don't think it's bad at all.
No, it's not bad. All right, so they say on the palate, it is spice, vanilla, and smoke.
Smoke is interesting.
I'm really having a hard time with the charcoal and the smoke on this thing.
And maybe that's kind of what I'm picking on is like that, because you know when you have when you take anything and you candy it, or you take a marshmallow and you roast it.
And you're talking about that char.
That char that's there, but it's not necessarily like a campfire char.
I can see that if you say it that way. And
it's a
smell
carbon char.
If you smell it now, if you say that, I see more of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just that char on the outside.
So are they packing this away in old Jack Daniel barrels that have been burned out? And
no, I mean these are going in New American Oak.
That's interesting. I wonder what how they get the flavor for the char.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure they're charring it to death. I mean, this may be why those with, let's say that wild turkey, we'll call this an alligator char?
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
In this case, they may be doing something very similar with the char on this whiskey. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't drink a lot of Maker's Mark, and
I don't either.
You know, we felt like people are talking about this one. We probably should try it.
Yeah.
And it just kind of fit with the Thanksgiving week.
Now, when I'm sitting there, now that we've drank a few times and my finish, I had retained a lot of the heat and the hug. Mm-hmm. And the finish actually was pretty quick.
I feel like some of the heat sits around more in the palate than it does in
the settling of the heat is there.
Yeah.
But then because of that, yeah. I'm not keeping a flavor note for a very long time.
Yeah, no, I'm not either. They say the finish is long on the front.
Okay.
No roughness or bitterness. Bitterness? No, definitely not. Roughness? It's a little rough.
I think it's a little rough.
Just slightly. Now, and we drink a lot of high proof whiskey.
Yeah, it just.
So this is not like, oh my gosh, we don't drink high proof whiskey very often.
If I was to guess, and this is just a guess, I would think that we're talking about something that's not aged that long.
Somewhere probably between 2 to 6 years.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's not bad, but definitely the smoothness is not something I would be touting it. If I was trying to, honestly, be trying to label it.
Now, I mean, I feel like there's probably a little bit more cinnamon kick in this than it's talking about. You know, it's sitting there in the front, a little more cinnamon, red hotty type kind of kick. No,
it's a lot right there in the middle of your palate.
Yeah, as soon as it hits you, right?
Because the burn is mid-tongue.
Yeah, yeah.
So, is that the cinnamon spice? It's not overpowering like that side of it. It's strange how much heat it feels, even though it's not really over the top.
It's like, you know, we had the 46 last year.
Yeah.
About this time last year. And I feel like these are very similar. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's something in Maker's Mark that I don't really connect with really well, and I can't pinpoint it.
I'm definitely getting something that I would just label as uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
That's a really good way of looking at it. It's not bad.
No.
It's just not something I'm enjoying happening.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I think we have to rate this.
We have to rate it.
And so, I mean, so we go on, if you're new to second pour, that is based on a 5-finger pour. 1 being that it is a okay whiskey. 5 being like we want as much as we can get.
Yeah. And, you know, we also look at the idea of like how much it actually costs us to get it.
Which was, we said $37 to $42.
Yeah. And with that.
Compared that to other whiskeys.
Other whiskeys with that price point. With other whiskeys of that type, maybe.
We're also comparing it to cask strength, barrel proof, you know, even some bottle and bond whiskeys.
So I'm going to give it a straight up, I'm going to pass on this one. I mean, I'll give it a 1 finger because it's not horrible. The thing is like this. It might be one of those things that maybe something like ice or like a little bit of water or something might smooth out that heat.
Now, there's a lot of people who use Maker's Mark as a mixer.
Yeah, this is just something I don't want to be sipping on.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on this. I run a 1 on this.
Yeah.
Only reason I'm bringing it into the studio is so we can review it, talk about it, and see if there's something going on that people are talking about.
Well, honestly, I was wanting to like it a lot, actually.
I would like to have a Maker's Mark that I love.
Because it is so popular everywhere you go.
Everybody's talking. This is like the new Jack Daniels. Everybody's grabbing Maker's Mark these days, or Bullet.
Yeah, but it's not either one of those, in my opinion. Yeah. So the thing I'd like to ask is, I mean, are you a Maker's Mark fan? And the question is like when I'm asking that, let me be specific. Are you a Maker's Mark fan as far as having it as a whiskey by itself, not as a mixer?
So like you're not mixing it with something else to make a cocktail.
Yeah, and if you like it with ice or a little bit of water, let us know about that.
Yeah, I mean, would you think that ice or water would help this out? I feel like it might bring the heat down a little bit.
Yeah, it sure might.
Some of that sharpness that's in there, but I still feel like I'm going to end up in the same place on this.
Yeah, at this point, I don't need this in the cabinet. And I'm not like totally bagging it.
No.
There's things there that are good. It's just, there's other things I like better.
Right. So in the meantime, you guys be sure to like, share, and
subscribe.
And don't forget to go to visit our Facebook group page and talk more about this Maker's Mark or another whiskey we've talked about recently.
And see our bell? Ding our dong, because we'll let you know when the new content's coming out.
That comes out on Tuesdays and Fridays.
I mean, it comes out on Tuesday and Fridays.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
But, you know, it's fun to say ding dong.
See, he just likes getting away with saying
Why is that? Because we're experts.
We're not experts. In the meantime, you guys continue to be cool. Have a happy holiday weekend. Enjoy a bunch of Thanksgiving stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go see some movies. I know Ghostbusters is out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And find a whiskey you like.
Yeah, that's right. Find one and share it with somebody you like too.
Absolutely.
Cheers, guys.